Felipe Leans and Matt Grisham both coming to the center of the octagon for a decision. Pretty close fight. I mean, Maxim Grishin, though, dominated in total strikes 103-50, but it was Leans who led in 45-41 in significant strikes and had way too much control time. Nearly half or over half the fight. 8 minutes of control time on one takedown. A lot of clinch. And just controlled the heck out of Grisham, or Grisham might have won this fight. And here we go. It's going to be unanimous. 29-28 on 2, 30-27 on the third. So despite doubling up Leans in total strikes, Maxim Grishin still falls. So he's going to fall to 32-11. A lot of fights in his career, man. Leans, the Brazilian, moves to 18-5. And a good performance for him here in the light heavyweight division, excuse me. UFC Vegas, 74. Boy, and Blackshear in a little bit of trouble now. Leg lock by Lacerda, but Blackshear comes up swinging, and he kind of saves the day for a moment. 120 left in round 2. Oh, and he's pounded away with some big lefts here. These are paying off. Boy, and Lacerda's taking it, man. And the ref's really looking at this. I mean, he's still holding on to the leg. He's got to try to do something here. The leg lock is obviously not working now as Blackshear starts to pound away. And that's it. And the ref stops it. Wow. And Lacerda basically just held on to the leg the whole time. It looked like he was going to get the leg lock at one point. Instead, Blackshear finishes the fight. And we got this one dead wrong. And I'm happy for Damon Blackshear. We'll take this one on the chin. Make no mistake about it, as he gets the KO finish here in a big bantamweight showdown. He's going to move to 14-5. And Lacerda, the Brazilian, you know, he had Damon Blackshear in trouble on the ground, but Blackshear just took over with the power and said, "Forget the position. I'm just gonna pound you and get the win that way." So that's what he does here in the bantamweight division at UFC Vegas 74. Elise Reed and Jin Yu Fry go to a decision. They're both in the center of the octagon. But before we get there, it's 111-54 for Reed in total strikes, 67-41 in significant strikes. But there's 4 minutes of control the other way for Jin Yu Fry. It should be an interesting decision. And here we go. Jin Yu Fry does not look happy at all. It's going to be unanimous. 29-28 in all three. So 2 rounds to 1, meaning Jin Yu Fry won the third round, but Elise Reed dominated the first and second to get the victory. And we're on the wrong side of this one too. Elise Reed coming in just 6-3. I thought she'd fall, but man, nice performance against veteran Jin Yu Fry to move to 7-3. And Elise Reed is a fighter. If she can get it together, man, she can make a run. And she showed it today. Against an absolute veteran in Jin Yu Fry to get the win. Women's strawweight division, UFC Vegas 74. Now Malarkey pins Naimov against the fence and landing some big rights now. Naimov spins out of it just in time. Man. Come on, Malarkey. Get it together, man. Oh, spinning kick nearly misses by Naimov. I'll tell you what, this guy's got some skills, man. Malarkey better be careful with this dude. As I said, you know, we got Malarkey winning, but these guys coming in on debuts are hungry. Oh, a big right! Malarkey's down! It's over. What just happened? What just happened? And Malarkey gets up in protest, but he took a shot and then a few hammer fists. And he's not happy with Herb Dean at all. But listen, I'm not questioning the stoppage by Herb Dean. I mean, it was pretty quick, but Naimov landed some big shots, man, and that's Malarkey's fault. Naimov comes in here in the debut and gets a win on short notice to move to 10-2, and he landed that big left, and boom, hammer fist, 3, 4 of them. The fifth one partially blocked, but that right sat down Jamie Malarkey, and he falls to 16-6, man. I'll tell you, these lightweight division fights never let down. Oh, my goodness. Big right by Naimov. Forget about it. 3 minutes into 2:59 into round number 2. Lightweight division, UFC Vegas 74. Castaneda and Gafarov going to a decision. And I was surprised how well Muin Gafarov fought in this fight. Too bad he lost a point in round 2. But he led 108-76 in total strikes, 64-43 in significant strikes. Gave up 3 takedowns, though, and a little over 4 minutes of control. So, you know, Castaneda probably won 2 rounds. But if Gafarov won 2 rounds, then it would be a draw. That's what's going to make it interesting. Here we go. 29-27. So 2-1 for Castaneda, it looks like. John Castaneda gets the win. So the point deduction didn't hurt Gafarov. He would have lost rounds 1 and 3 anyway. He looked great in round 2, but it was probably a 9-9 round. I mean, literally, you fight well the whole round, and then you lose a point on the butting of heads, and it messes up round 2 for Gafarov, but it doesn't determine the fight. So 29-28, 29-27, unanimous decision for John Castaneda, bantamweight division, UFC Vegas 74. Dontel May is doing a good job in this fight against a veteran Arlovsky so far. Surprising, all right? We had Arlovsky winning this fight. It's pretty even so far, but expected Arlovsky to be ahead already, but he's not. 2:10 left in round 2, and some big shots now by Arlovsky. 2 big right uppercuts, and Mays just kind of takes it and lets out a grunt, like, bring it on. So Dontel May is kind of holding his own here at the 2-minute mark. The thing with Arlovsky is he's constantly leaning forward, man. He's putting his chin out there. And that's just kind of how he fights. And he takes a big right from Dontel Mays. And now he's pounding away. And Mark Smith wastes no time and jumps in there. And he wipes the feet. And that's going to be a signature win for Dontel Mays. That's one of those on the resume. A name that people recognize. And it's not a guy that you often see get KO'd like that. And Arlovsky's up, and he's not happy. He's kind of pacing back and forth. Mark Smith's talking to him. The doctor's looking at him. And this fight comes to a dramatic finish in favor of Dontel Mays. And what a night for us. We're getting rocked on the predictions tonight. It's just not going well at all. And Arlovsky gets finished, man. 11-5 now for Dontel Mays. And you look at the total and significant strikes, and they're basically even. I mean, this was a good fight. And Dontel Mays just finishes Arlovsky. Huge win. Heavyweight division, UFC Vegas 74. Daniel Santos putting on a dominating performance here over Johnny Munoz. But the problem is he lost a point in the second round. Made it a little more interesting, but should still get the victory. 86-17 in significant strikes. 10 minutes of control to 1 minute. So not even close. Here we go. It's going to be unanimous. 29-27. So it would have been 30-27 on all three. So it's going to be Daniel Santos gets the win. We're back in the win column. 3-4 in the night. But we're coming in the main card, baby. Daniel Santos holds it down. He moves to 12-2. The Brazilian beats Johnny Munoz, who came in at 12-2. So, I mean, told you it was going to be a great fight. That's how it went down. Bantamweight division. UFC Vegas 74. Abubakar Nurmagomedov looked strong early in this fight. But it was Dos Santos who came on strong at the end. So who knows how this decision is going to go. You look at the numbers, it's very close. 50-47 for Nurmagomedov in significant strikes. So here we go with the decision. Oh, it's going to be split. Third judge coming up. 29-28. Wow. Alessio Zaleski Dos Santos gets the win. Dadgummit. Man. We needed that win and we didn't get it. And big win for him. And as we were getting ready to say it, this is going to be a very close decision. Dos Santos led 68-55 in total strikes. He trailed by 3 in significant strikes. Led by 9 in head strikes. But it was Nurmagomedov who had 6-16 of control on 1 takedown. And a lot of time in the clinch. But he attempted 8 takedowns. So he must not have done enough. And again, I mean, it's Dos Santos who came on strong at the end. So credit him. He gets the win here first in the main card. He moves to 24-7. The Brazilian gets a huge win over Abubakar Nurmagomedov here in the welterweight division at UFC Vegas 74. After that takedown, Silva still remains in top position for about a minute now. There's a lot of scrambling going on. Both fighters really good on the ground here at the 90-second mark. Sue's on her back, but she's still... And Silva better be careful. Get it inside there. Watch out for the triangle. And now Silva stands up. Oh, she got a heel hook or a knee bar. One of the two. It's hard to tell. Oh, and that's it. She taps right away. Souza's done. And she's grabbing the knee. And I don't know if that was a knee bar or a heel hook, but one of the two finishes Souza. And she'll be tended to. And it happened really quick, man. I mean, she just stretched out the leg and boom, you get the tap. And that's it. And she's grabbing at that knee. So, but it is what it is. Corrine Silva comes in here and gets a dominating victory like we thought she would. And it was actually a Brazil-on-Brazil matchup. Here we see the replay. She's inside, so she's in a tough spot where she could get the triangle put on her, but instead she grabs a leg and leans back. Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, that's a heel hook to me. And you get a quick tap, and she grabs at the knee because it was stretched out. And man, oh, she knew it. Oh. Yeah. Now we're seeing the angle from behind Corrine Silva. And you see her pulling on that heel. And boom. Oof. Man, but a rough way for Ketlin Souza to go down. She's going to fall to 13-4, but a good fighter, right? It wasn't like Corrine Silva had an easy fight, but Corrine Silva gets the win. She moves to 16-4 here in the women's flyweight division. UFC Vegas 74. Tim Elliott finishes his fight with a beatdown of Victor Altamirano. I mean, he completely dominated this fight from beginning to end. He did it on control time, man. Lots of control time, significant strikes too. 11, 13 of control time. 6 takedowns on 7 attempts. He just had his way. 56-21 in significant strikes. 188-98 in total strikes. So just a dominating performance. In fact, we're not even waiting for the decision in this one. It's going to be unanimous. Tim Elliott is going to win. He's going to move to 20-12 here in the flyweight division at UFC Vegas 74. Both fighters touch gloves here. Jim Miller, Jesse Butler. And as I said a moment ago, this should be 30 seconds or less, man. I mean, you got a guy, Jesse Butler, coming in, taking a fight late notice against the veteran Jim Miller. Jimmy Boy's about to finish this guy. Let's go, Jimmy. Boom with a left. Okay, good. Boom with a left. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm talking about, man. And that's how you do it. You're supposed to be the guy that you're supposed to beat. You're supposed to beat him down. I don't know if that made any sense. But what I'm saying is you go up against a guy that you're supposed to beat. You got to beat him, man. And that's what Jim Miller did here. He came in and finished this guy in way less than 30 seconds. Let me get the official time. It's still not up yet. But Jim Miller jumps on top of the octagon. And, he's not going to celebrate too much because he did what he's supposed to do. He just did what he's supposed to do. We're getting a full replay here. Both fighters touch gloves. And Jim Miller standing left-handed. And Jesse Butler, a tall guy who had 8 submissions, I believe, coming in. If I'm thinking about, yeah. He had like 8 submissions coming in, but those 4 losses loom large. And you're taking on Jim Miller. It's just a different animal. Boom! Boom. Wow. So you see the first left hand. Didn't even wobble him. Oh, the second left really caught him. Yeah, the second left really got him. And, man, Jim Miller, the veteran, man. 36-17 gets the KO. Lightweight division. UFC Vegas 74. Alex Caceres and Daniel Pineda putting on an absolute show here in the featherweight division. Looking forward to this decision. It's going to be close, but Alex Caceres should get the win. And check this out. With the win, he's going to move to 21-13, winning 7 of the last 8. And I'm going to have to pull the clip on when he was 14-12 when I said this guy could go on a run. Didn't know for sure, but he could. He's better than 14-12, and he shows it now. I mean, he's ranked number 15th in the division. If he can get the decision here as they come together, he's going to win 7 of his last 8. Think about it. You go from 14-12 to 21-13. He's peaking right now. Yep, it's unanimous. 29-28, exactly. Because Pineda won round 2. Yep. Easy. What a big win for him, too, man. Alex Caceres wins by unanimous decision. He was in trouble in certain parts of the second round. He held on. He reversed position. He, kept it going, even though it looked like he was going to be submitted several times. But he led 96-27 in significant strikes. He only had 1 takedown versus 3 for Pineda, but had more control time. And as he talks to Michael Bisping, he looks happy. I mean, the guy's ranked 15 in the featherweight division. He's had back-to-back wins. That's what they're putting up. But what they need to put up is a guy who won 7 of his last 8 fights. Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres is on the rise, man. I'm going to keep an eye on this guy. I like him. 21-13, Alex Caceres, featherweight division, UFC Vegas, 74. Kai Kara-France and Amir Albazi headed to a decision. And Amir Albazi fought well. Maybe he can get a split decision out of this. That's the best case scenario, but Kai Kara-France dominated 60-40 in head strikes, 89-51 in significant strikes, 122-65 in total strikes. The only thing helping Amir Albazi is the round-by-round situations. He looked good in the 3rd round, decent in the 5th. That's about it. But he did have over 6 minutes of control. But not, that would be a lot if it was a 3-round fight. But since it's only since it's a 5-round fight, that's not going to cut it. So here we come. Both fighters coming together. Oh, yes. 48-47 Kai. Split. 48-47 Albazi. Oh, my God. Come on. Yes! Yes! Whoa! Yes! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Amir Albazi with the split decision victory. And maybe, in the middle of the 4th round, they showed the live odds and it favored Amir Albazi. And the commentator said, how is that possible when Kara-France is dominating in strikes? And normally that would be the case. But there had to be a lot of people seeing that he might be winning this fight. You had 2 out of 3 judges give him the win here. And listen, at the end of the day, he gets the win. I know a lot of people are going to question this, be upset with this potentially. If you're a Kai Kara-France fan, if you're a Amir Albazi fan, you're going to be happy. You know how it goes. And I don't know if this is a highway robbery or not, but at the same time, Amir Albazi walks out with the victory. He's going to move to 17-1 over Kai Kara-France. He's going to lose his number 3 spot. Albazi's going to jump to the top 5 for sure after this win in the flyweight division at UFC Vegas 74.